Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you are new to our channel or have been watching our videos but haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so you can receive timely notifications for any new videos that we post. We have started with the AWS for Beginners course on our channel, and this is the first session in which we'll be looking at cloud computing. It's very important that we understand the concept of cloud and cloud computing before we dive into AWS related core concepts. So let's start. So if we have to define cloud computing, we can say it's the on demand availability of computing resources. So let's take an example. If we as a company are building an e-commerce application, and to develop this application we'll of course require a lot of resources. We'll need some sort of database, some sort of storage, a file system maybe. We'll require computing resources, and we might require an ID to develop the application, and so on. So all of this is what a company will need to develop it. And also it is important to consider one more point here, is that the usage of that application. So end users who use the application, the count of those users or that population might not be steady along the future. So at some point of time maybe multiple users are accessing the application. At some point maybe the number of users is relatively lesser. So considering all these things, when we talk about cloud computing, it is something which helps us to handle all of these scenarios. So all the resources that we talked about, maybe storage, a file system, maybe networks or anything, all of this we can access it over the internet itself using cloud computing. So we don't need maybe a server room, or we don't have to host anything on premise. We just have to access it over the internet. Everything will be available over the internet itself. There's no need to install any software locally on our systems as well. And also for the second point that we talked of, like the number of users might not be steady along the line, this is also handled by cloud computing itself. So whenever the number of users are more, accordingly we can make our application scale to accommodate that many users. If the number of users goes down, accordingly the application will scale. So there is no need to pay for what we are not using. So depending on what we are using, whatever is being used by our application, only that much we have to pay. So it's very cost effective as well. And that is what we see as the second point here, which is pay for what you use. And this is very, very important when we talk about cloud computing. And as we already saw, the resources are accessed over the internet, so there is no need to set up anything locally on our devices or anything. And also there is no upfront investment, so there is no need for us to purchase servers or do anything beforehand itself. It's just like whatever we are using on demand, everything will be accessible, and we have to pay for whatever we are using. And we have also seen about scalability, and this is also a primary reason why cloud computing is preferred by most companies these days, because we can handle load based on at different points of time. If there is more load on the application, the cloud itself will handle that load for us. If at some point the number of users is going down, then we can pay only for that much resources that are being utilized. So there are many benefits that just as we discussed in cloud computing, which is the reason why companies are migrating from on-prem to the cloud these days. And as we all might have heard, there are different cloud providers like AWS, Microsoft Azure, and Google as well, Google Cloud. So all of these are different cloud providers, and they provide a set of services which we can use, and we can use it for our business purposes. Hope you understood what is the concept of cloud computing and why we need these things like AWS or Google Cloud or Azure. If you like the video, please do like it and share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel so that you can receive notifications for the upcoming sessions as well. Thank you.